I'm Ed.
I'm Jonathan.
And welcome to another episode of Small Town Puller. Today we're working on my wife's tractor, trying to get it ready for our tractor pull at the end of March. We'll do a quick walk around, talk about the changes we're going to do to it, and then get started. Ready?
Yep.
So this is my wife's tractor. It's a tractor we call the Hustler. We've owned this tractor for probably, I want to say it's 9 years now. We have made well over 100 passes in this thing. We've just done some little changes, but for the most part, we hop on it, go, and it works. And it can usually be a decent place or a decent running tractor wherever we go. Not necessarily a top contender, and that's something we're going to kind of adjust this year, try to get a little more power out of it maybe, and do a bunch of work with the chassis and the weight setup and everything like that. It's powered by a Polaris Ultra 680cc two-stroke snowmobile engine. That goes through, and it's through a set of jack shafts and stuff. You can see down in here some chains and stuff, which is paired up to a Ford 4-speed transmission, and that actually goes to a narrowed up Toyota rear end, which you can actually see right there. That is one of the problems we need to address, is whoever put this tractor together originally welded all the spider gears and everything up, so it's got an actual positive rear end, and we would like to get rid of that because it does make these tractors a little bit jittery to drive. The other thing we're going to do is we are going to put a little bit of roll cage on this thing, because this is probably going to be Jonathan's first tractor that he drives for a mod tractor. So I want to make it a little bit safer. So we're going to put this seat is where we're going to start. Then we're going to bend a cage for it. Then we're going to work on maybe some brakes, and we're going to put this thing on some scales, get it sitting the way we would like, and kind of place weights where we need to make it so it sits, or make it so it goes down the track straight. And then hopefully we can be a little bit better of a contender this year. Jonathan's getting all the tools and everything out. He's going to start by getting the wheels and everything off. We'll get the fenders off, cut the brackets off, set that seat in there, and kind of go from there. So we're going to grab tools and get started. Ready? You're going to have to pull the trigger all the way.
These button head bolts. Dad, are these button head bolts?
Nope.
Oh.
Those are lug nuts. There you go. Alright, set it down. Can you get the wheel off?
Hang on. Trying to set this back on there a little bit.
Need a hand?
Yeah.
Here, you hold this. I got it.
Okay. Here,
Screw them right back on.
I'll screw them on a little bit.
Yep, just screw them on a little bit, because then we know that thing is greasy. I'm sure that rear end is leaking.
Look at that thing.
That's all in the back of the wheel, too.
Yeah.
We should probably put some seals in that. Jonathan's got one fender off already. He's taking off the second one now. Got her, bud?
Move out of the way. Thanks.
You can see a little bit more now of how narrowed up this rear end is. The brakes on this thing are horrible. We've always just ran with them. It's got two separate brakes. There's one down in here, and that actually stops the tractor when it's moving. And then there's another one up here on the jack shaft for the secondary clutch, and that one's used for, you've got to stop this shaft from spinning to get it in and out of gear. So we'll actually take and apply this brake to stop that jack shaft. That way we can put in gear, that way we can run it down the track. They're both a cable style driven, or cable driven brakes, and neither one works great. They've always worked, so we've always kind of just ran with them. But what we'd like to do is put a different rear carrier in here and change this to steering brake. So we'll actually put brake rotor hats on here, and try to make it so when we're going down the track, we can use the brakes to steer instead of leaning. So we've got all the mounts cut off, and we've got boards just kind of sitting underneath this. John wants to sit on it and see how it feels on there. I'm going to try to sit on it, see if we need to bring the front up any or the back some, and kind of see how it feels. So Jonathan, if you want to hop on, I'll kind of hold it. It's not on there by much, so be careful.
I'll try. Okay.
How's that feel?
Pretty good.
Does it feel like a winner?
Yeah. At least in my book.
Let me try to sit in it, bud. Let me hold the seat, though. Let your dad be the one that falls.
You want me to hold the seat for you?
Nah. Hold the camera. I'll fall all on my own.
Okay. I'm still gonna hold it.
Oh, you're good. Thank you.
So I don't feel like you getting hurt. How is it?
Ain't bad. Either the seat's not centered, which it's not. There we go. I was gonna say, because the steering isn't. It's actually more comfortable than what it usually is. It's still made for somebody that's about 5 foot tall. It's never been made for a tall person, but we get it down the track anyways. All right.
How about the steering wheel? Is it too big, or will we have to get a new one?
No, steering wheel will be fine. It comes off, so that's not such a big deal. But
Is the
overall, we might take it back just a scooch more.
okay? Is the rear end too high?
No, well, we can't move the rear end, so that's gonna be where it's at. We'll have Mom sit on it. I'm sure she's gonna say she don't care where it's at. She will pretty much drive it however, just however it is. She always has. She's really not picky. She just, we set it up and she goes down the track on it. So
Yeah.
all right, I think we're gonna call it a day.
Okay.
Head back. We'll be back some night this week and we'll keep working on it.
All right.
We're back working at this again today. I've cut more off the back of this, and I think we're gonna end up cutting more and more off the back of this. The more we dig into this, the more I see some bad welds from some previous owners. It's definitely had two different people work on it, because there are some really good welds and there are some welds that look like I did back in high school. So we're gonna try to get rid of as much of that as we can. I already cut all the weight bracket and everything off. I went out and got some steel yesterday. We're gonna end up using 2x2 square tubing to come up and over to hold the seat, and then eventually I want to run it alongside this 1-inch square tubing rail that's on there, and I want to put some floorboards and kind of move ahead from there. But again, we're trying to get to a pull in March, so we need to making sure this thing runs and drives. So we are going to build all the new stuff down to this point right here, and then we can kind of go ahead if we have time. Otherwise, we can do that after the pull in March. The other thing is, I mean, we are adding a pile of weight to the back of this tractor. I used to run these two bolts right here. We used to run 40 pounds of weight right there. So just taking them off, if I put 40 pounds of steel on there, that's going to even out. The other thing is, this thing was always pretty light on the back to begin with. There were some tracks that we can never get it to hook up on. There just was not enough rear end weight. So a little more weight on the back of this thing isn't going to hurt anything. I fully suspect we'll end up cutting all wheelie bar stuff off. I will probably end up cutting it off somewhere up in here. And like I say, we will make a new hitch mounting point, new wheelie bars, all that stuff. None of that was initially planned, but the more we dig into it, the more we are thinking we're gonna have to do it. Again, we wanna put a different carrier in here, but again, we're not gonna dig into that until I know we have time to do it. We're gonna keep concentrating on the seat and the cage and kind of go from there. I think we're gonna start measuring and putting some steel in the bandsaw. We'll get it cut, get everything tacked in, and hopefully we can have a seat sitting on here by the end of the day. So Jonathan's over there cutting more steel, getting the next two pieces of square tubing cut. We mocked them up on the frame, kind of set the seat where it needs to be. We know the seat's going to drop another 3/4 of an inch, and then when we have this sitting on there, we can use this to sit up in there, and it'll tell us what angle we need for the pipe to go down across the bottom of the seat, which we know is 76 degrees. So I'm going to try to notch these and notch the new pipes that he's cutting, and then we'll tack them together so we can set them up on the tractor, and then hopefully the seat will kind of sit flat, and then we should be able to drill for some mounting points on the seat. So hopefully after we get all these all mocked up and put together, we will be able to actually bolt the seat on and check the seating position. Again, we're trying to get it as low as we can. So just to get the center of gravity low, and I like the tractor to sit low. So we're gonna get this all cut, hopefully tack welded together, and then hopefully have a seat to sit on. Got the angles cut, we got them tacked in place. We got a 76-degree angle right here, which fits perfect with the bottom of the chair. We're gonna end up having, I've got it set at 5.5 inches up from where it meets the frame right there. We're gonna end up having to go 6 inches just so we can clear the rear end. Otherwise, we're actually gonna cut these brackets off of here, and we're going to clean some of the steel off so we can actually tack these to the frame, and then we can finish making the mounting points for the seat. And we should be able to actually sit on this thing here pretty quick. So after Jonathan gets the cutoff wheel shoved in, we'll be able to do this. And we got them tacked on. Everything actually went pretty good. They're all sitting level. These are 90 degrees from the bottom of the frame. We got our 76-degree angle here for the seat. Probably gonna still, again, have to modify or change this up a little bit. We cut these long. That way, if we want to shorten them, we can. We haven't quite decided what we're gonna do in this back area. But this also gives us a mounting place for the roll cage. If we would want to bring the bars from or down across the back and bring them out to here. That's kind of how I did on my tractor, where they spread out on the bottom. So it does give us a mounting point there. I think what we're gonna do next is weld some kind of bar across the front of there so we can mount the front of the seat. And then hopefully here in a little bit, we will be able to actually sit on the seat of the tractor and make sure it still kind of, works for the seating position and go from there. But overall, things have been going pretty good, haven't it, Jonathan?
Yep.
Cool. Jonathan's drilling the last 2 holes. We've already got the holes in the seat. We got the angle iron across there. Ooh, catch a little bit. Pick it up a little bit and then hit again. Here you go. So you're almost through.
Yep.
Try it again. Don't push so much pressure on it. Let me try it.
Mm-mm.
You're gonna get it, huh?
I'll
Go ahead.
try. Is that supposed to just be spinning?
Nope. Here, give me it. Hold the camera. Let me try to get it once. There we go.
Okay.
Next one. And we'll try to hold it straight. There you go. Push down a little bit harder. Put it back a little bit.
Me?
Yep, put it back. Just like that. There you go. Push. Almost there. Oh, cut. You're almost through. Back it out a little bit.
Wait.
Oh.
I'm like...
Reverse.
Hey.
You're almost there. Go.
Oh, wait.
Don't. Go. Wrong way.
Oh. There's like that little chunk
Yep,
there.
I know. Have the drill bit kind of going a little bit as you start.
Oh, okay.
Other way. hit it? And there we go. Got the holes drilled. Let's set the seat cover on.
I can get this side. I can get this side.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Cut on something.
It's, oh yeah. Hey. Hey.
See if I can't snap one or two.
Come on.
Can you get it? Here, let me see.
I'll try to get this back one.
No, I don't need the back one. I just want to get.
No, I know. I got this one on.
All right.
Hey.
I'll snap that one on too.
That one's hard.
A
Yeah.
little bit higher. That's good. Holy cow. Should we see if it fits?
Yeah.
See if I fit on it yet.
Is it comfy?
It's not bad. It's not made for a 6 foot tall person.
Yeah.
It's gonna be slightly uncomfortable for me to drive.
Yeah.
However, I can drive it, so it won't be bad at all.
That's right.
We can start the cage after this, but you want to try sitting in it?
Sure.
Okay.
Ow.
You'll have that. Sit on down.
Okay.
Big thing is that you and Mom fit into it, so how's that?
Not bad.
Like I say, it's a little tight for me. It's probably made a little bit more for somebody that's about 5'8" or so.
This is
But-
about how I'll have to.
We'll have to extend the steering for you to drive it for the first couple of years, but
No.
overall,
You need to.
I'd say we're pretty happy with that.
Mom's here.
Let's see how Mom fits on this.
How is it?
Oh, not too bad. Oh, you're probably not going to be able to have your purse when you tractor pull. Overall, though, seating position ain't too bad. We might try to move the steering wheel a little bit closer for you and Jonathan. So we might just buy 2 quick releases and have 2 different steering wheels for it because I can't have it any closer. Overall, I don't think it fits too bad. What do you think, Jonathan? Good day's work? Mm-hmm. Cool. We'll start building the cage for it next time and go from there. So we're back at it today. We did a couple test bends on this pipe and we're pretty happy with it. So we're going to set up to do the rest of the bends. We'll do one continuous bend or one continuous pipe all the way around. But this is just kind of our test pipe. Make sure we're happy with everything and make sure all of our measurements are right. We just got it sitting in there for now. While I start measuring that out to bend it, Jonathan's going to start cutting the brackets that we're going to weld beside the seat for the pipes to sit into for us to weld everything solid. So we're going to get everything measured up and cut and get the pipes bent, aren't we, Jonathan? All right, let's do it. There you go. So I'm back working on Rose's tractor again today. Today is hopefully the last day we'll be working on this thing to get it ready. Again, we're heading to a pull here in about 2 weeks. And I have a little bit of work left to do on my tractor. But you can see we got the cage in. That's all welded up. Had a friend of mine, Chad Ginty, come. He welds for a living. So he typically comes and welds my cages together for me. I just get them all tacked together and he comes and finishes all the welding. It ended up not turning out too bad. You can see I've kind of got the wheelie bars and some of that stuff kind of mocked up, but the big thing is we got to get the wheelie bars, rear weight brackets, seat belt mounts, and the throttle mount on, and then I think it is capable of going down the track. Ooh, we got to hang some fenders on it too, but we'll get all that stuff figured out. The fenders are going to be just kind of a temporary thing. We're going to try to screw on the old ones and just kind of run them for that weekend. And then we'll probably try to make a set of fenders kind of more like my tractor once we get done. So we're going to get some steel, kind of get all the mounts cut, hopefully get everything welded up, hopefully this morning, and get this thing ready to go.
Sure.
So Jonathan made it down here this morning. I think I've actually got everything ready to go. I had to pull the seat back off to do some welding. Otherwise, I think we're going to get the welder fired up, and I think hopefully within about an hour we're going to have everything welded together to the point where we should be able to bolt the wheels on, put it down, and hopefully fire it up for the first time in about 6 months. So I'm going to let Jonathan turn the cameras over to Jonathan, and I'm going to get welder set up, and I think we're going to try to get all this stuff put together. You ready, Jonathan? Let's do this. All right, so I know we didn't get much for video, but we did get the fenders mounted, the wheelie bars mounted, the weight brackets in the back are all welded up. We got the seat belts on it. Those are kind of all adjusted. They should fit Rose, Jonathan, and me. So that should be good to go. I think the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna torque the wheel spacers, and then we're gonna pump up the tires, put the wheels on. We're going to roll it out of here, and then we're going to do some much needed cleaning, and then hopefully fire it up. Once we get it fired up, then I've just got to adjust the hitch and mount the kill switch, and we should be ready to go for Waterloo. Alright, go for it. Alright, can you pick it straight up? Okay. Want some help? Alright, alright. We'll get one started. Got it? 1 second, let me get one started. Man, we've got all kinds of washers and stuff we lost and dropped on this thing.
When we move it, we'll have to do some really heavy cleaning.
First time it's had wheels and seat and everything in a while.
No. This has had a bunch of seats on it.
Well, it's had a seat in it, but we've never had it like all together. Enough to get it down the track. How many pulls are it going to take?
We'll say 5. 5 or 6. 5 or 6.
Ready?
Again?
Try it again. Ready?
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the video. We did lose some GoPro footage of us bending the pipe and fish mounting the pipes to make them fit right, but we did get a lot of other good video of us putting it together. I hope you enjoyed. Jonathan?
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you next time.